Today we are going back in time with this one, revisiting Rooms. That's right, Rooms, which has its own personal unique win con. Collect enough rooms and you win. And when you add in airbending, you have a value machine. All right, guys, today's a bit of a throwback. We're taking it all the way back to Duskmorn, and we're going to be showing off Rooms again. So this deck list is a deck list that I played right when it first came out. Rooms has always been something that I've really enjoyed playing. It's basically enchantment tribal with control aspects to it. But today we're going to be trying out with airbending. So it's actually a pretty ridiculous combo too, because if you guys are unfamiliar with the Rooms deck, it has a win con that's very unique to itself with Promising Stairs. Basically, if you control 8 different rooms that are unlocked with different names, you're then going to just win the game outright. So I love alternative win cons. This is one of my favorites, and it's a room that, you know, a lot of opponents don't quite understand, and then they get caught by it at the end. And there's also a really tough ability for the opponents to actually even deal with a lot of these threats, because them being enchantments as opposed to creatures, things like sweepers, they're irrelevant against this. So it has a pretty good control matchup a lot of the times too. But I do like the alternative win cons, but today we're going to be playing it with Appa. Appa is a value machine with this deck, because once you get these things down for cheap, you're going to notice there's a lot of rooms that have some cheap interaction, and then a very big side of the room that has a much better payoff for like card advantage. For a perfect example of this would be like Roaring Furnace, right? You pay the 2 mana, you can destroy something early in the game, keeping yourself alive, and then Steaming Sauna for 5 later. Well, what's great about Appa is it can actually airbend this halfway through the game, along with a lot of other really big spells, like let's say Mirror Room, for instance. We, you know, played the Mirror Room to copy a Glimmer, which we'll talk about in a second, but then we airbend it with Appa as well as like a Furnace and all those things. Well, then we can play their back half of the card for only 2 mana because it's airbent. So any permanent side of the card you want to play, you can pay for only 2 mana. You get a big value hit, and then you can unlock the other side of the room, again generating even more value. Now the Mirror Room is really important here. There's a reason why I'm running 4 of them, and that's because of the Glimmer. The Glimmer is a card you really want to try to get down on 2, and then Mirror Room it a bunch of times, making all of your enchantments essentially as cheap as possible, winning the game that much quicker. But it's a really fun deck list, guys, that I'm finding pretty good success with as well. So I think you guys are going to really enjoy this one. I love getting back to these alternative win cons, things like this, and you know, the Millennium calendars and whatnot. So hope you guys enjoyed this as much as I did. We're going to jump right into it. Enjoy. Peace. All right, guys, here we go. We're going to remind people how fun and you know, how good Rooms really can be. Duskmorn back on the menu today, man. Getting another Life Gain player here. I've been playing against Life Gain quite a bit here. This will be my like 3rd game in a row against Life Gain, but as long as we get our sweeper, we've been in really good shape. And some early game removal would be nice off of the Furnace. But yeah, I'm really excited because I've been struggling to get up out of the platinum bottom tier, but this deck is finally a deck list that I put together that is winning fairly consistently, so should be a lot of fun. I did find the sweeper here, so let's be smart about how we do the No More Lies. We might end up just pulling the trigger immediately. Yeah, in this case we would, because we don't want the life gain or the card draw. That's kind of a 2-for-1 for them, so let's take it out. Another Sanctifier, sure. I don't love that the Channeler can just pass its counters over to one of these other Sanctifiers. That's kind of a bummer. Tapping that down might actually be a really good play for the next turn or 2. There we go. Now we're sitting pretty nice, because what I can end up doing here too is I can flash in Appa next turn, make a block, and then send back this room to be replayed again. Get a little 2-for-1 special here. Smile at Death is crazy. Oh, that's actually such a good card. What? I love that card, by the way, guys. It's a card that allows them to bring back creatures from the graveyard every single turn. 2 creatures that are power 2 or less. Kind of ridiculous. Let's just send this back to their hand. And I'm thinking, let's just get this down to start surveilling. Let's get another red source, sure. All right, they can't really attack into us right now. They do get their Sanctifier back though. Kind of frustrating. Forgot it gets a counter too. That's crazy. All right. I still have faith though. I still have very good faith that we're gonna win this game. Life gain is typically not very good against us, but we'll see. We shall see. Mirror Room is normally really good, but I don't have the creatures to get the value out of that. Well, I guess I could Mirror Room my own Appa and then bounce the Mirror Room right back to my hand, which is kind of interesting, right? Kind of. I guess let's see. Let's see what happens. Mirror Room, Appa. So then I could do this to stun as well. So stun you. Mirror Room the Appa. Let's keep the original, or yeah, keep the original. And then we send back all of this. No attacks. Not terrible, not terrible. Appa already getting a lot of play here in game number 1. Didn't expect Appa to see a ton of play today. It was a really good card for the end games, but in this case, it got us going here pretty early. For starters, let's go with searching. Let's go search real fast. What do we want to grab? I'm thinking I want to grab the Roaring Furnace. Well, if I take out their flyer, they're just going to get it back. Anything I kill here is they're just going to get it back. So in that case, I should have probably done this first. Let's double the effects of Appa, right? And then what else? Draw 3 cards, discard a card seems pretty good. Anything expensive essentially here is what I want. The sweeper's not as good, which is a bummer to say, but all right. And then we could probably drop an entity tracker. We're drawing so many cards as it is with the saunas and the doubling effects. No attacks, not yet. All right, they get to scry and get a free spell here. Scry to put something for free onto the battlefield. Does it cast a spell or does it put it on the battlefield? You may cast the spell, so I could technically counter it if it ended up being something later, but they'll be able to pay the 3 no matter what. Okay, what a cool deck they have though. Definitely like what I'm seeing here. We're gonna do the Glimmer. We're gonna unlock this to copy the Glimmer, make things cheaper. Okay. These are free now, so let's do the more expensive one. Yeah. You know what? Let's copy some more. Okay, so we got more glimmers. Let's get this down. Double the effects. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna go whenever I deal combat, I draw cards. We're gonna send this back. I guess send this back too. And then we can blow up both of these and attack in. Creature control does combat damage to a player, draw a card. Yeah, we can, let's just do this. Let's do this. All right, and we're gonna attack with everybody here. Brings their life total down to 19. Okay. Not bad. I mean, we're kind of cooking right now. I mean, we're definitely cooking. I just I don't like the Smile at Death. I feel like Smile at Death is making my job extremely hard. Normally this wouldn't be this difficult, but the opponent with Smile at Death is quite literally a get out of jail free card for what our deck's trying to do. You know, every time we blow something up, they get it right back. It's just endless here. This Excalibur too, whenever they gain life, they put a counter on it. And when they attach it to a creature, it just gets that many 1/1 counters. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate because they do have the flyer. But I can keep blowing up the flyer for a couple of turns. I mean, we have the win con on board though. Let's take a look at how many rooms we have here already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Yeah, I mean, we've already got our 8 rooms. So we win actually next game. Or next turn. Next game. Next turn. GG's to the opponent, man. Everything is essentially free too to cast, which is so good. All right, so unlock this room. This is the win con. That puts us at 8, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we just take care of the field a little bit here. So let's get this down. We'll blow up you. We'll blow up you. And then just in case, we're going to create a couple more flyers here too. Before I do that, let's just unlock this to get double the effects here. So we get a bunch of little flyers, or little, I should say, absolutely massive flyers. And that way the opponent can no longer really threaten us with lethal over the top. And we just pass the turn. We don't really even need to deal damage. Our rooms have officially won us the game, so sure. I don't think the opponent has realized they've lost the game already. Unless they have some sort of elusivity that they can get through without me being able to block, I guess. I don't think that they have that though, do they? Planetarium. They've got to be running Ugin too, by the way, which is scary for sure. 2 to the top. Okay, they like their card. Exemplar of Light. All right. I mean, I can't counter anything because they're getting all this stuff for free, so they can pay the 3 mana easily. All right, what else you got? What'd you top deck? I mean, they're drawing a lot of cards. Got to give them respect on that. That'll do it. I don't see anything on field that can get us here. The Buster Sword does what again? 3/2 whenever it deals damage to a player. Draw a card, cast a spell at that much mana value. Yeah, we're fine. Opponent, it has no way of getting damage through here. So, I mean, a 32 powered channeler is pretty scary, but if it can be blocked, it is what it is. This is all semantics, my friend. All semantics. All right, GG's. We're going to surveil, and then the game is over. Let's see. Oh, they scooped it up. Nice. They do understand that they lost the game. GG's. Let's go. What a win, man. What a win. We are climbing the ladder. A lot of life gain matchups, though, which is kind of odd. All right, so I went ahead and made a couple of minor adjustments to the build. Just because we went against life gain so many times and so many aggro builds, I added Seam Rip to the deck. I had it in the deck before, so it's not like a new addition or anything, but it is something that I think will be very helpful against these matchups. Okay, let's do this and say go. No more lies, ready to go. Could be some Boros burn action, you never know. Really? I'm still gonna hold mana open for the No More Lies. I'm not too sure what the opponent's up to here. Could be Lightning Helix to the face. Pretty shocked they haven't played anything yet because it's clearly Boros. It's not like Jeskai Control or anything. At least it appears not to be. And now I can flash an Entity Tracker if I want to as an option as well. Oh, okay. We're cycling a sweeper, right? Is that the sweeper? All creatures and vehicles lose indestructibility to turn, destroy all creatures and vehicles. Okay. So we're a control deck. Probably tokens then. Maybe we're working off of, yeah, it's a tokens deck. Okay. I was gonna say they're working off of Dollmaker Shop and then the Siege. I think we can let him have that. I can always Seam Rip that. All right, lightning helix on this could be a problem. Potentially exactly what they're holding on to. We'll see. Get lost. It is in fact the lightning helix. I think I like my, well, you know what? No, let's do this. And let's still hold the counter spell. All right, so now we got some mana ramp going forward with our rooms. They're probably very confused, as they should be. Exercise? Ugh. Can't counter it, unfortunately. They're definitely making countering things very difficult. Let's seam rip. All right, we got it. Could be another exercise of some sort though. Could be some sort of you know, enchantment removal. Get lost. Get lost is definitely an option. I would imagine they're running a full play set of that. I need mana open to protect my steaming sauna. I feel like with my, you know, my draw engine and tracker being gone, it's just not a very smart idea to not be able to protect my things anymore. I mean, I'd probably let them have this back if they destroy it. I think I save this for later. The only issue I'm having here though is my mana is a little bit off. So like, let's just say next turn I want to play Steaming Sauna. I'm down to 1 mana and I'm unable to protect it. So maybe protecting this is the right play because I'm not going to be able to use the mana next turn anyways. I hope that makes sense. If I would have had a land on top here, maybe would have saved that and then gone Sauna and then used the extra 2 mana to protect the Sauna, but hopefully they're just out of enchantment removal. That's fine. They're probably going to end up having to use that for card draw. So pay 1 and sack it. Basically 2 mana to cycle a card. All right. Ooh, sorry, I'm very tired today. Oh, nice. That's not bad. Makes all of my spells much cheaper. Okay. They're most definitely looking for their, you know, their siege and their caretaker's talents, those types of things. All right, we get a land. Let's start with the Glimmer to make my stuff cheaper. Let's get this in. Mirror Room actually seems fun. Now, keep in mind, this may just cause the opponent to, you know, end up sweeping the field, but if that's the case, it is what it is. I'll take it. That's still a win for me, I guess. Gets a sweeper out of their hand. I'm still drawing cards every single turn, so card advantage is definitely in my favor. Let's double the effects on my card draw too while we're at it. 2 cards per turn. Pretty broken. Yeah, this game's over. No spell from the opponent. Most definitely this game is over. All right, 2 more cards. And how many more do I need to just win the game here? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, just gotta unlock 2 more rooms here. 2 more rooms, GG's. I do have a counter spell too, which is really nice, but unfortunately with the opponent having this much mana, kind of pointless. Normally counter spell would feel really good here. I do want to get down to Lecture Hall next turn. That'd be awesome. Giving everything the hexproof. That way they can't touch any of my permanents. If I did that though, that's what, 5, 6, 7 mana? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'd have 2 mana left over. Worth it. Appa's fun. All right, so I'm gonna just pay. Oh, actually, I don't even need to do that. I forgot we get the extra mana off of the Smoky Lounge. Nice. Okay, we can actually unlock this then. Okay, GG's, we won. That's all there is to it. Draw 2 more cards. Opponent's gonna try to play, I don't know, And there's nothing they can do to win the game here. I mean, they gotta deal 18 damage here. That's not good enough. Let's just make them pay the mana anyways. Make them pay 3 more, just because. You never know, they might have like an Elspeth in their hand that they can't play now. GG's. Boom! We fulfilled the stairs. Promising stairs. GG's. All right, we got the opponent going first. Our hand looks pretty good. We got some reactionary early game here, so that's nice. Blow something up and then tap something down and then surprise block with another. This could be really solid. Definitely has potential. But the opponent on Izzet most likely. Okay, 2 otters, 2 islands. Could also be mono blue. Either way, we take care of these otters as fast as possible. I need to find some seam rips to take care of these talents because they're going to be able to bring back spells from the graveyard later, which has always been a pretty big issue with this with these talents. It'll quench ya. Fun stuff. All right, and an attack, still not pumping it up at all. Okay, sure. Let's flash in Appa and see how they handle it. Oh, there's the red source. They've been needing that. And they're gonna bring back It'll Quench Ya, which means my Appa lands, which means they lose their otter. Love to see it. And that means we get a free Sana hit. Well, not free, but only 2 mana, which is so good. A 2 mana Sana hit. Love to see it. And I'm gonna pay life for this and get down the Smoky Lounge for some additional mana ramp. All right, so as long as the opponent doesn't get down to Monument, we're gonna be fine. Monument is the most broken card in their deck for sure. All right, we get 2 additional mana for that. Unlock this. We'll be seeing ya. Okay, so they've got It'll Quench Ya, right? So we gotta be careful about how we do this next turn. I'm thinking 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I can play this and still get around the counter spell. Got anything to stop me? I mean, we're all aware of the quench, right? You're not going to be able to get that off the rest of the game. I'll be very careful to tiptoe around that. But if they hold on to it the rest of the game, it's still equally annoying to have to worry constantly about it. But all right, so they clearly have a 1 mana burn spell for instant speed as well. So it's going to be the Firebending Lesson to deal 2 damage. They might take out my 1/1 token here, but I don't think that that's worth it for them. All right, so we know 1 card's a Firebending Lesson. We know the other one's not a red source at all. There's no way, because they would have played it way earlier. Okay, Wisdom, that's annoying. Two Wisdoms. I mean, that's still better than... did they think that was going to draw them 3? Oh, jeez. Maybe they're just missing land drops. I feel bad for them. They didn't hit their land drops this game, which really got them off to a slow start. This otherwise would have been a pretty bad matchup for us, so I'm glad we got through it pretty easily. All right, we got the opponent going first. Our hand is pretty good. It's not incredible, but it's pretty good. Okay. So our sweeper is going to be more than likely pretty relevant here, because if they're playing Ouroborid, I mean, hopefully it's Ouroborid and not Craterhoof. I think I have, you know, having the counterspell ready for Craterhoof could be really good, depending on how much mana they're able to produce here in the next couple of turns, but definitely gonna go with the Glimmer right away. It looks like they're struggling to hit land drops, but does it matter when you have 4 mana already on the board? Probably not. Another Llanowar Elf, and 3 mana left to go. Lantern, and they're gonna draw a card. Okay, sure. That's good for us. Just don't be a land. No land. Okay, good. If we can hold them off on the lands for a while, that's going to be really helpful. Let's go blue, pay life, and then flash in the entity tracker. or counter. Doesn't really matter. Counter it is. Yes, sir. Oh, wait, that's still not good. They have 3 mana. That was a mistake on my part. I completely forgot that they still had 3 mana to spend. Okay. They allow it. I guess that makes sense. It wasn't that big of a problem. Everything on the field pretty much produces mana already, so. Is this my deck? Hold on. Is this actually going to be the green? I think this might actually be our deck. Nobody else has run Vitality. I haven't seen that in a long time. And with the lantern too. We played a mono green deck that works obviously up to Ugin, but it also has a big token game plan with the Nexus of Becoming. I wonder if that was what this was. Anyways, GG's. All right, let's see. This looks good. Couple of reactionary pieces. Could copy the entity tracker with the mirror room. Love that for me. Sometimes copying the entity tracker with the mirror room though can draw you way too many cards. We'll see what happens with that. Actually gonna pay life for that. See if I can counter something here. I definitely don't want to just blow this up with a roaring furnace. They're just gonna get another spell off the top. It exiles something when they die and they get to play it till next turn. Really? So the opponent, seeing us taking damage for our own land there on that last turn, gave him a lot of information. A lot of times that will, you know, basically let your opponent know that you're holding on to no more lies. They don't walk into it. And it's a lightning helix. Yeah, I think we let him have it because that's not something super scary, and I still want to play an entity tracker if possible. That's a card I have to counter though. Bummer. Most definitely have to counter those. Another one of those is fine. They have haste though, right? Yeah, they have haste. All right, wish me luck because a burn spell most definitely could end up hitting us here. Doesn't seem like there's a priority stick, but this could find a burn spell. And it does. But it's a bolt wave to my face. Okay. Yeah, we're in trouble. Ouch. We are definitely in trouble. Let's start by copying the entity tracker and see how much value we can draw here. Another, okay. Sure. We got 2 rooms down, working our way up. Another mirror room is a little crazy, can't lie. And they get what? Target player has exactly 10 life. Perfect. That's pretty much a dead card. I'm gonna just hold these back for, you know, defense in case they find more hasty little guys. That's a problem. It's a very, very big problem. Lightning helix for the win. Okay, not ideal. So is it whenever an enchantment you control enters, you draw a card? So I'm like 90% sure if I do this, I'm just gonna die, but you never know. They might get bounced before I draw the cards. Yeah, it does. Cool. Got the counter spell. Is there anything else I want to do for 2 or 3 mana? Yeah, I guess for 3 mana I could do this. I guess in hindsight should have done that first, but hopefully they just play this out for 5. I counter it and call it a day on that. That works. Got us. Boros Burn. Yeah, it's a tough one, man. That's a tough one. Without any life gain, that's a tough deck to beat. All right, opponent going first. Hand looks good. I'm gonna keep this. We can ramp our way with the Glimmer into a good sauna. Let's see. What's the opponent playing though? Pit of Offerings. Enters tap whenever this land enters exile 3 cards from graveyard. Okay, so maybe a control player. Maybe a control deck. We'll see. Well, the Glimmer landed even though they have a flashed ability here. Okay, so it's abandoned attachments. So lessens Okay, so it's got to be Is It Lessons based on the IRO. Yeah, it's got to be, right? Opponent lacking in the red mana department. Did this not just happen against another Is It player? I'm so confused. I feel bad, man. I don't want them to like not be able to play, but I'd love to see how we fare against a matchup like this where they don't, you know, get mana screwed. But man, I really want to counter that just because, but I think that's, you know what, actually, yeah, let's counter it. They're struggling for mana. Let's keep them off the mana. Let's keep them off that mana. Looks like they missed it again, maybe. No, don't boomerang that. I was just about to play my Steaming Sauna, you. Come on, man. At least we're not them, right? At least we're not getting cooked right now by that. Okay, we'll pay the 2. 100% we'll pay the 2. Now, here's the thing, though. Their memories, is that what it's called? It's gonna draw them 3 cards. It's gonna go hard for them here. I'm surprised they don't have it. They don't have red sources and they don't have the library, the memories. I forget what that card's called. Okay, we don't have a red thing in here. That's good. Oh, they can take their own red source though. Dang. 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let's do 1, 2, 3. Let's do this. Let's go get the mirror room. Mirror on the wall. Copy the glimmer once and for all. All right, cool. Opponent can now use red though, thanks to their Pit of Offerings. So it's time to get real. They did have Accumulate Wisdom. Draw 3. They should have found a red source again. Yep, they did. Here's the thing though. If I can give my other things hexproof this turn, that's going to be so helpful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Of course, we're just shy of doing it because the opponent blew up our glimmer. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Another glimmer's good. Preferably, I'd like to hit a land though and just give everything hexproof and just try to win the game in a very clean fashion here. Artist talent. All right, we're gonna take that talent for sure. Oh yeah, that's a big hit there with a very simple seam rip. And here's the other thing is I'm actually going to just bring in the Appa, pull back all of my spells, recast them for only 2 mana. So much value. That's so much value. Monument of Endurance is scary. Most definitely scary. 2 of them, even scarier. I didn't realize I didn't have the mana to flash an op on that turn. That's actually pretty bad. Let's go. Have 1, 2, 3 rooms open here. I don't know. I still kind of want to flash an Appa if I'm being real. Is that the play? Is that really the play, or should I really just try to get a discount and keep on pumping value with these guys? I think that's the plan. All right, what else can I get? Let's grab Smoky Lounge, actually. That's more mana. That'll help a lot. All right, so the opponent on the clock here, most definitely on the clock. They're down to 10. Not that I think they're probably more worried about their life total than they are my rooms, but yeah, my rooms were all going to be open next turn, I think. So based on the 2 glimmers and then also now the Smoky Lounge going off, we were going to have a lot of additional mana, and I already had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different named ones. So I would need to get 3 more. 1, 2, yeah, I probably could have figured out a way to get 3 there. Anyways, GG. All right, our opponent's going first. We have counter magic into some ramp, into a sweeper. I like this deck because it seems to always have some really good answers in the opening hand, and that's just a sign that the deck is just well put together in most cases, and it feels good, man. That is going to be hard to beat. I do have the answer. I have the seam rip, but I need to find it. Wish I could have just countered it straight up. Obviously, it would have been amazing, but that's an artifact? Wow. Savage. Glimmer's cool. Smoky Lounge is a guaranteed 2 additional mana though, so not gonna pass that up. Unfortunately, Restricted Office, not a card I need right now. Obsessive Pursuit is another great card. It's gonna pump up their creatures. So we know the opponent's definitely gonna be running Rottenmouth Viper, because why would you not in this situation? This could actually be a Rottenmouth in their hand. If it is, it's just bad luck. We got absolutely cooked. And that happens sometimes. All right, we're gonna go Glimmer here. It's all I got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not quite enough for that. Yeah, we're gonna go Glimmer, which will make our Saloon. Is it a Saloon? Yeah. Make that cheaper. Mirror Room is very, very good, but it's a little slow. I need to draw cards, man. As soon as they find the Rottenmouth Viper, this game's probably over. Well, actually not really. They have no way to really give it haste, but they can throw fireballs at my face like crazy here. I have the answer for a Rottenmouth, and I have an answer for if these all become creatures. Obviously, I'll sweep the field. 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we're just gonna do this to double up on all of our effects moving forward. And then starting next turn, we should be able to pull this off. I really don't see why I should be attacking here, but yeah, I mean, at least send this in, right? I need to be able to block flyers in case they get a small guy out here that they can crew up with. Yeah, like that. You got it. How are they gonna sack those? Oh, it's Rottenmouth. Okay, Rottenmouth is online. Cool. Okay, we lose the Glimmer, which is not ideal. Was hoping to copy that. Yikes. That's a big, big yikes. I can afford to drop a land here. It's fine. Man, we're in trouble. Yep, hit us for 4. Man, Rottenmouth Viper there was just so brutal. I cannot believe they had that. And then what's gonna happen here is if I use my my office, obviously it blows up the Viper, but that doesn't help us with the fact that these fleet airships can keep crewing up for 1. Oh, nice. I forgot about the pursuit. Forgot about that. All right, they got the 1 shot next turn. Yeah, that's it. GG's. Well, we gave it our best shot on this one. Just, I mean, when the opponent runs hot, they run hot, and they ran really, really hot on this one. Yeah, nothing I can do. Take out their little Viper. Unfortunately, it doesn't kill, you know, vehicles. Would be nice if it could. If this could have destroyed vehicles, we'd be fine, but it's just such awkward timing. Like if they had also the ability to, you know, brought those down this turn and they became creatures on that turn, the timing of that, I could have been fine. I could have survived this for another turn or 2. Yeah, that's a tough one. Just bad luck. All around bad luck. Seam Rip would have been really good early on too. Seam Rip off the rip would have been able to take their manufacturing, and this wouldn't even been a problem whatsoever, but oh well.
Hit him 3 times like a hat trick. The name is Swayze, no Patrick. If you play him, then it's tragic. Hit him with the mythic, yeah, that's magic. MTG, that's what you'll see if you like and subscribe. With the upload, man. Man, all of the time. Coming with the best decks, this is the meta. This ain't cheap, yes.